We're here with Vishal Lall from HPE, and today I want to talk about innovation strategy and how it all fits in with your Pathfinder program. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
So, you know, we're at the HPE Discover event here, and there are so many different partners involved with coming up with some of the solutions that you're offering customers. How does it all kind of fit together? I mean, you guys are very innovative, obviously your partners are, but when you look at some of these things that your customers are purchasing, there are many different partners put together to make that happen.
Yeah. So the first step was the spin of HPI, our print and PC business, and then over the last year and a half or so, we have spun merged our ES business as well as our software business, and so that has really opened up the dimensions for us to partner much more broadly. And we think about innovation and then partnership in that context, and we think about innovation as in three different pieces. So one is around organic innovation, the second is around acquisitions, and the third being around partnerships and venture investments. So we put together a program called Pathfinder that does venture investments as well as partnerships with emerging companies, and then the focus of the organization is to get those technologies into solutions so that we can then take those solutions to our customers as very differentiated outcomes.
Well, you look at all the different types of tech companies out there. What are your criteria when you look at them for getting involved with HPE, either as a purchasing them or having them as a partner?
We have a very clearly articulated strategy, and it has three legs. One is around making hybrid IT simple. The second is around powering the intelligent edge, and the third is in terms of services that support the other two. And so when we look at partnerships and we look at acquisitions, it is in context of that strategy to make sure that we strengthen the strategy and augment the strategy through investments and through acquisitions. So as we look at acquisitions, we've done a few in the last, actually 5 or 6 over the last 6 months, and most of them have been companies that we have bought at scale that help us target very specific growth areas that our customers are asking for. And when it comes to investment, those are mostly venture investments. Those are smaller companies that are upcoming technologies, and we want to make sure that we incorporate them into our solutions overall. And that's kind of how we think about the overall acquisition versus investment strategy.
How do you keep up on all the competitors out there? I mean, it's pretty fierce.
Yeah, it is pretty fierce, and there are different types of competitors. Given we are a big company with a broad portfolio, we look at everything from big, large competitors like ourselves to new entrants, to new technologies that we think will be disruptors at some point in time, and we look at all of those at the same time, trying to make sure that we are building our solutions, building our products, making sure we have a roadmap that basically addresses customer needs going forward, but in context of the competitive forces that we see.
Looking at the landscape, what are some of the industries that are having some big opportunities right now?
You're hearing about the automotive industry, so I think that's the big one that's getting disrupted right now, and over the next 3 to 4 years, I think we'll see more there. But there are a lot of other industries like oil and gas, for example, healthcare. There are lots of opportunities in those industries, especially with new technologies coming on board like artificial intelligence and machine learning, to completely change, for example, how drugs are discovered, or how electricity is distributed in a more efficient manner. So these are technologies that will enable complete business transformation. We are hoping to make sure that we enable those transitions for our customers.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us today on the show.
My pleasure, Mike. Thank you very much.
Thank you.